Rosie O'Donnell had said that she's against the release of the media being released that was mailed to NBC. And it was on a CD, I think. There was some printed material as well. It looks like he made it over the last week. And it includes video, one audio clip, 40-some pictures, including pictures of his ammunition, his guns, him with his guns. I think we need to look at it. You already did a little bit, but not all of it has been released. What isn't being released? Someone at NBC mentioned that they're being careful with the release of this, and they're working with the FBI to kind of determine what they will release. But he said that they're being careful because they don't want to create more people like him. And I wonder, was the material from Columbine any material that they found in their investigation? Was it handled the same way? What was withheld? It certainly didn't stop this from happening again. And I don't think ignorance is a way to deal with this issue. We can't ignore it away. It will do nothing. If anything, that's the whole point of his action, was to communicate. And the media is saying left and right that, this is a rant, that it's a rambling diatribe, that most of it is incoherent, that he doesn't attack anyone specific. And that's because he is fighting complex issues. And he's not singling anybody out, because this rage cannot be expressed against any single individual or entity. It's not our president that has caused this whole societal problem. That's obvious. It is not our government. It is not our families. It is not our communities. But it is all of those things. And it is me and it is you that has caused this problem. Almost everyone will agree that he failed society, that he did not live up to the expectations that society has of him. Okay? But we are all a mirror. We all reflect outside what is inside. And that mirror means that there are equivalent opposites. And just as he failed society, society failed him. Both of those things are mutually true at the same time. And the tendency to want to demonize him now by calling him insane, by calling him, divorced from reality, that also does not help the problem, because it does not help us identify the people who are leading towards this path. And the president has come out and said that, we do need to do something in response to this. We need to watch for people who are exhibiting abnormal behavior. And my assumption is that our president wants us to react by notifying a psychiatrist or by calling 911 to report it. My response would be, yes, we need to do something, but we need to reach out to those people. We need to show them love. We need to exhibit trust to them. We need to tell them, come to us. I will try and work with you to help you through these problems. Anyways, my worry is that our president is relying on our fears and is asking us to report abnormal behavior. And first of all, what is abnormal, okay? Does this mean we need to start going around reporting all gays? Because, the way I perceive normality, a man likes a woman, right? And therefore, if a man likes a man, I should report it, because that's just not, it doesn't mesh with society, right? What? Do I need to start approaching all parents of kids that I perceive as emo? I'm really worried about your son. His hair is black. It's longer than normal. He's reading old poetry that's like really emotional and expresses violence towards society. Yeah, let's report everybody who doesn't fit into our concept of what things should be. No, let's talk to them. If you see something abnormal, start a conversation. Try and understand it. And as long as throughout that you show respect for the difference, as long as you let it in, allow yourself to absorb what they're saying. And I think this can be applied to his video. Now be careful. Obviously, we want to learn from it. We don't want to mimic it. It's not helping. Just as we want to demonize him, the real problem is that he ended up demonizing all of society. And the school at Virginia Tech was his world. It represented his world. He knew that he was not destroying all of America by doing this. If he could, we can't really guess if he would. But it's obvious that this was a symbolic act, that he was acting out against society. And he felt like the only way to do it was violence, brutal violence. And it's sad that someone can get to that point. And it's a hard thing to fix, but listen, blaming the guns won't make a big difference. If there were no guns in America, he would have done this with a sword or a chainsaw. And you may be reacting to this. Chainsaw? Why would this come out of this person's mouth? This is part of our reality. You can deny it. You can say, oh, it's just unreal. It just shouldn't happen. But the fact is, it is happening. It has happened. And it will continue to happen until things change, until we change things. And we are each a part of society. And, we need to open up. We need to connect. We need to all connect. And just as we feel the need to demonize him now because of what he's done, he did it because he ended up demonizing all of us, the whole world. It was him against the world, and he had nowhere to turn. Right? He had a creative writing class, an outlet, a way to pour out the emotions he was feeling, and the things he was writing concerned his teacher, disturbed her enough so that she went to her faculty and the faculty of the school and presented it, saying, I'm worried about this kid. And they made the decision that there were no specific threats. There was nothing that clearly indicated a desire in him to harm himself or others. And so the faculty basically said, there's nothing we can do. And that poor teacher to have to deal with this now because and people will accuse her. People will accuse Walmart. People will accuse our mental health system. It's all a part of it. It's all responsible. He was lashing out at everything.